What's up fam, it's your boy Taku. As you can see from the title, this week we're gonna talk about how to ruin the main female protagonist in the right way. The inspiration for this video arises from an anime I was recommended by one of my uni boys, the Plug Elitist. Originally, when I first saw the animation of the show, I was really put off by it cause it was so trash and bad. Some of you guys might be wondering,
oh, Taku, it's probably a really old show and that's why the animation is bad.
Nope. The anime is released in 2017, but the animation and the art style felt like it's from a goddamn decade ago in 2007. As a result, my first impression of the show is not the best and I was really tempted to drop the show, but one of my close uni boy received the very same recommendation from our friend the Plug Elitist, and he literally swear down, no lie, real talk, he binged the entire show at night time, 3 AM, before our 9 AM lecture the very next day. Martin. And that completely hooked me and made me want to finish the entire show despite the animation is low-key trash. And it was worth it, which leads me to dedicate some of my time to make a whole YouTube video talking about it. So without a further ado, let's begin today's episode of how to ruin the main female protagonist in the right way, aka Gamers Review. And now, hit my intro fam. Fun facts, Gamer is originally from a Japanese light novel series written by Sekina Aoi and illustrated by Sabuten in 2015. There is two main elements that I want to talk about in this video, one being the right way to ruin the main female protagonist for comedic purpose, and other being the complex Korean love triangle. And these two elements is essentially the core reason why Gamers is so damn entertaining. Hence, I'm gonna focus mainly on these two areas throughout the video. If there's anything that I've missed out, comment down below. Picture this. You saw a 5'5", 17 years old cute JK with a pair of charming angelic emerald green eyes plus long silky smooth blonde hair, and she has one of the most attractive bodies of the show. Essentially S tier based on her physical appearance, but beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, so not everyone would find her attractive, and it's a bit vain to solely judge a waifu based on her look,
even though 99% of us would do that.
So we need something more intangible, and that would be her personality. She could be a straight 9 out of 10, but if her personality sucks, she would be dropping down to a 7. And guess what? She's extremely kind to everyone. That includes the teacher, her friends, and even her random classmate acquaintance. And the best part is she's genuinely a really nice person. She's not faking it. She can get along with everyone else. In other words, she has a peng personality. And that typical perfect 11 out of 10 female protagonist is called Tendo. On the flip side, picture this, an average nothing spectacular normie looking face with a below average height,
5'2.5",
male being our main protagonist, and funny enough he has absolutely no social skills, friends, nor any special power. He only enjoys playing video games in his spare time. Essentially, he's the worst possible characters in the worst tier, aka the trash of the trash. Finally, picture this. One day after school, the 11 out of 10 best female protagonist Tendo asked the main protagonist to go and join her video game club. What will you do if you are the main protagonist? A. Gratefully shake her hand and say yes. B.
Notice me, senpai!
C. Do nothing. And guess what the main protagonist did? Fuck none of the above. He picked D. Reject her because I'm trash and I don't want to join the squad. All of that happened in the really first episode. The contrast, the unexpectation completely took me by surprise, and that oxymoron and character contrast is just so funny and entertaining to watch. We also saw that kind of character contrast throughout the show, especially when in episode 4, where the episode is centered on Karen's daily life. The first 10 minutes is solely concentrated on her normal perfect daily routine would look like without the main protagonist, where you can see her waking up early, revise, exercise, and have an awesome social interaction with her friends and teachers, setting up a really goody perfect female protagonist vibes. While the last 10 minutes, the Pine Jam studio completely destroyed that perfect female protagonist expectation that was set up to the audience previously, where you can see her become really upset over the main protagonist and low-key became a yandere stalking him in the rest of the episode. That complete 180-degree change, setting up one expectation and then completely shatter it to pieces, is the key 1-2 punch for the comedic effect of the show. Therefore, it makes these shows hella entertaining to watch. Now let's move on to the second key element of making this show so entertaining: the complex relationship and confusion between the characters. I'm gonna coin the term the complex Korean love triangle. I'm gonna tell you in advance, this diagram I'm about to draw is nowhere near a triangle shape, but it fam, we're gonna roll with that name for now. For this diagram, we're gonna pull out one of our favorite school equipment, the whiteboard. PowerPoint. For simplicity purpose, we're gonna give each character a nickname so it's easier for you and I to keep track on this diagram. With that out of the way,
God bless me for explaining this shit.
let's begin. Our main protagonist is gonna be M1. Our female protagonist is gonna be F1. Our second main protagonist is gonna be M2. Our second female protagonist is gonna be D, cause our third female protagonist is gonna be P, cause she has pink hair. So it doesn't look too bad at the moment with only 5 characters in the board. How complex can it get? And at that moment, YH Taku knew he fucked up. We're gonna begin with F1 fancy M1. Then P fancy M2 and vice versa because they're in a relationship. M2 and M1 are friends. M1 are friends with P because of M2. M1 are friends with D because both of them like games. Now here's where the fun part begins. M2 finds out D has hidden identities and somehow the hidden identities is linked to M1 and M1 doesn't know that, so M2 tries to link them two up and he becomes a friend of D. M1 thinks M2 and D got too close too quickly and suspecting M2 is cheating on P, aka his friend, so he told P. Snitches. P is now a bit jealous and angry at D, so she set up a squad where she can seek advice from M1 to prevent her boyfriend M2 from cheating. D saw P and M1 chilling together and she has told M2, and now M2 thinks M1 and P are cheating. On the flip side, M2 tries to set up M1 with F1 because he somehow finds out that she fancies M1.
Isn't that f***ing obvious? More obvious than the final boss of the erase.
So he becomes a friend of her. M1 saw M2 chilling with F1, so he thinks those two have a thing. Damn, this thing is looking hella complex already. Is this some biology symbiotic diagram BS? Who the f say it's gonna be looking like a triangle? This looked more complex than Laval's impossible plan of getting all 3 Ball brothers into the NBA. Shit. This should be alright now, provided there isn't a new character.
Oh, Wise Taku, there's a new immortal character just got introduced in the latest episode, and it does happen to make everything more complex now.
Don't shut your bitch. Well, there's a bit of technical issue going on at the moment, and we found out that our diagram is no longer valid. So we're gonna find you the answer online instead, cause Google knows everything.
What the fuck?
As you can see, the relationship between the characters is hella complex and is filled with confusion. Because of that, you're gonna see a bunch of characters interacting in a really weird and misunderstood way, which makes this hella entertaining. Comment below on who's your favorite character and what show you want me to talk about next. Like I've mentioned above, the contrast within the characters and the complex Korean love triangles are the key factors that makes gamers so funny to watch, and I now appreciate how one of my uni boys have completely binged the entire show at 3 AM at night time. Overall, I would give this show a solid 7.5 out of 10. The only downside is literally just the bad animation and the comedy reference that some noobs might not understand. Other than that, it's a really good comedy anime, and I would definitely recommend you weebs to go and check it out. Find me later. Like, comment and subscribe, because that's going to help me out a lot as a content creator and help us grow together in this journey to become the best anime YouTuber we could be. And have a nice day. I'm out. Peace!